So that's exciting.
And we sucked. We were really, really bad.
An exemption.
It's a very literal interpretation.
Macaroni and glue. Oh, Missy!
I saw her doing a number of Smash things during that task.
Using pom-poms, make a self-portrait.
It would just be a bowl of tapioca pudding.
Alex.
I'm sorry, Alex. You are the mole's third victim.
Hello, players. Welcome to day 2. That is the good news. More good news is we're gonna have fun.
Yeah.
Or, I'll have fun. I hope that you'll have fun. But anyway, let's kick things off with an assignment.
Alright everybody, welcome to your first assignment of day 2 and congratulations on making it this far. To start us off today, I need the 10 of you as a group to decide which 2 of you have the best detective skills. Carrie Preston? Alright. Now, the remaining 8 of you, I need you to split into 4 pairs. Last night, 25 of the 26 former Who is the Mole, the live game contestants got together and re-watched some highlights from your day 1 activities. Following their festivities, a bout of jealousy ensued. One of them teleported to Peoples, broke into the house, and stole the group pot that you collected.
What?
So, that former player has agreed to give you your money back if you could successfully figure out who they are by playing their little game. Alright, so here's how this will work. To begin, our additional 4 pairs will be responsible for completing a task in order to earn our 5th pair of Carrie and Preston the opportunity to ask a question to eliminate a person or a group of people from the Guess Who board. So the 4 paired tasks will all run simultaneously. Each pair is going to have 15 minutes to complete their respective task. Okay? The 4 tasks are as follows, and you all will decide who is doing what. Complete a 100-piece jigsaw puzzle. Successfully answer 30 Disney trivia questions correctly. Correctly identify 5 pairs of name brand versus generic foods. And solve a mixture of 10 letter and number puzzles.
Jigsaw.
And you two?
Disney trivia.
Oh, and you two?
Name brand versus generic.
And you two?
Letter and number puzzles.
That one.
Yeah.
And you two?
We're the detectives.
Yeah,
Babe, not sure.
I think Clark and Brian will take home the Disney trivia.
I think that it would be hard for Clark to not get these questions on purpose. Like, I don't think that he could, like, in good faith, for his own spirit, answer it correctly.
Right, Disney's first African-American princess, Tiana, made her debut in what 2009?
Clark, the Princess and the Frog.
Correct. What 2021 Disney animated feature film follows a warrior princess who must find the last of a fabled mythical creature to save her?
Clark, Raya and the Last Dragon.
Correct.
And everyone else, I'm like, it's a little worse than a coin flip on if they succeed.
You will have 15 minutes to correctly identify 5 pairs of products. One of them is a name brand product and the other is the generic equivalent of that same product. Fail to finish it within the time limit or get any of the items wrong and you get nothing.
So we have to get all 5 correct?
Yes, you can work together, use your taste buds, use your partner, use everything you got. Alright, you ready?
No.
Okay. Alright, blindfolds on and then we'll insert.
And then area equals width times height. The area equals 50.
Okay, I am going to put forward item 1, reach your hand in. This is a cracker,
Okay.
so it's not gonna bite you.
You're gonna bite
Go
it.
ahead. Okay.
Yeah.
And then
Donuts for breakfast.
This is the other bottom corner of me.
Chocolate donut.
Chevron would connect here.
Winnie the Pooh and his friends live in what numerically named forest?
100 Acre Wood.
Correct.
mine is the name brand.
I agree.
Okay.
For sure.
What 2014 Disney animated feature film was the first to star characters from Marvel Entertainment? 2014.
The Avengers.
Incorrect.
There's some configurations of no hat that are good with earrings.
This one you only have one of each.
Is it there?
So here's.
Darnell.
Yep.
I'm scared.
No.
Feels like an Oreo.
It does, but...
Okay, take a bite.
Out of crime.
I think the first one is the
Generic.
name brand.
Oh. Really?
Yeah.
I mean, when I didn't even have to taste the second one, and I thought the first one was generic.
Oh, I didn't even feel the cookie. I just kind of...
Well, no, I'm talking about the taste.
Oh.
I don't know that there's a difference in feel.
Wait, let me taste the first one again.
I definitely think it's
If I can find it.
the first one's
This it?
generic.
Yeah.
Released in 1940, what Disney film is an animated anthology consisting of 8?
Clark. Fantasia.
Correct. In Sleeping Beauty, the 3 good fairies are known as Flora, Fauna, and
Clark. Merriweather.
Correct.
They both taste like almost the same to me.
Well, yeah. I love Oreos.
It's weird if I'm right or not.
Are you doing worse wishes?
Decent.
I can finish up tomorrow. I just started to get mindful.
Last couple. Do you know what's left?
It's all of our names.
That's a big one. Wait.
Nancy?
That's a chip.
In Frozen 2, what is the name of the magical river that is also the source of the magic in the Enchanted Forest?
Clark. Shaka Khan.
Incorrect.
Doing something in
Tastes like Ruffles.
Okay.
I mean, I guess it could be a wavy Lay's, but
I think it's a wavy Lay's.
Darnell. Do you really? No, it's not a wavy.
Wait, is this the same one?
Yeah.
Oh.
Do you want more?
It is definitely not a wavy Lay. Wavy Lays, I think, don't they have bigger ridges?
I don't think so.
for my keys.
It's popcorn, damn it.
I'm
Definitely the first one, right?
Is what?
Name brand?
Honestly, we can go with that because they both taste like potato chips. Like, I don't really.
I feel like the first one's like a lot like saltier.
Okay, Darnell, please open
And
your
not
mouth
in a good
wide.
way.
Why am I so scared? Just the texture.
In 1981's The Fox and the hound dog shares its name with what chemical element?
Brian. Copper.
Correct. Sung by Peppa and Felix in Encanto, viewers were warned not to talk about what?
Bruno.
Correct.
It's
Not.
definitely peanut butter.
Yeah.
In the song Love is an Open Door from Frozen, Anna and Hans find it crazy that they finish each other's...
Brian. Sandwiches.
Correct. What 1986 Disney animated feature film draws heavily on the tradition of Sherlock Holmes with a heroic mouse named Basil who emulates...
Clark. The Great Mouse Detective.
Correct.
Okay. I don't want to taste it anymore.
The sequel to 1940's Fantasia was known as Fantasia Fall Apart.
Fantasia 2000.
Correct.
What the fuck? Is it? Oh, I forgot to put it on camera. Is it Cheerios? These are bigger. These are bigger holes. I don't like Cheerios, so I don't even. They both taste gross.
I feel like 2 is because they were bigger. I don't know.
Also, the most popular name for male dogs in 2024. The main character in Atlantis: The Lost Empire has what?
Milo?
Correct.
I think 2.
Is name brand?
Yeah.
I think. Okay, no that.
Do you want to try again?
No,
Nancy? Okay.
no. 2, I would think is name brand because of the size. Because I don't remember Cheerios being real small, but again, I don't eat them. I just give them to little kids.
Jake Gyllenhaal and Dennis Quaid provide the voices for Searcher and Jaeger Clyde in what 2022 Disney film where nothing is as it appears?
Clark, why is Dennis Quaid still getting employed?
Incorrect.
10 seconds. Time.
Extra question.
job.
$5 for the pot.
One-handed.
Yeah.
The cookie.
I don't know.
The one you chose was this one.
Is that the wrong one?
I think
This
so.
is not Oreo.
I know my Oreos.
So unfortunately, you are unsuccessful.
Oh, that's
with
where
this
we had to get them
test.
all right.
What are the names of the 2 adult Dalmatians who eventually become the parents?
Clark, Pongo and Perdita.
Correct. What is the middle initial of Timothy Mouse in the 1941 film Dumbo?
Clark, A.
Incorrect. Yes, so you got 43 out of 60. Big success. Okay. So you each are going to have 2 questions to ask. After you ask your 4 questions, then you may discuss with each other to come to a final guess if you have not narrowed it down to 1 person.
Does the villains dastardly, I'm gonna say it, thief, have a hat? Yes.
Does the extremely unkind shoplifter, do they have brown eyes?
No.
Don't have
I know, I have to think about it.
Does the unseemly, arguably unsuitable to participate in civil society culprit have brown hair?
Yes.
Does the bitch wear glasses?
Yes.
Damn it. Let's blame Sam Foster, why not? I do that all the time.
What else is new, right? Yeah.
So your official guess to the culprit is?
We know that Sam is the culprit.
For sure.
You will find out soon enough. They correctly guessed that Sam Foster was the culprit who came to steal the group pot. So they earned $5 for the group, and they got you your $98 back that Sam stole.
Lucky poster.
Got your ass, Foster.
So we got 15 extra. Is that right?
You got $15 from this assignment.
Over
out of a
100.
possible 25.
Since we were
I mean,
here,
that's
which
not
tests
bad.
were successful?
So the jigsaw puzzle team of Katie and Chad were successful, and then the Disney trivia team of Clark and Brian were also successful.
First assignment was Guess Who, and I was paired up with Dr. Love. There were a couple pieces that were put into the puzzle that were just like blatantly in the wrong area.
Katie, I did notice she was kind of slipping in some pieces to sabotage. I was doing the same, but we managed to kind of complete it anyways.
I was paired with Carrie, and Carrie did, I think, a number of things that are suspicious. Instead of sabotaging the task itself, she tried to get me to voluntarily work with her to lose the whole of the group pot so that we would cast suspicion on ourselves.
For the first assignment this round, I was with the pressed mole, cold mole, and I'm straight up with him and I told him, you're one of my suspects. I've been suspecting you since I got here and saw you. So he was suspicious just because he was so concerned about winning the money, because I think that he started to realize that I've noticed that he's not working to his full potential.
What I thought was suspicious was how people paired up. I tried not to get with someone that I was super suspicious with, but Ryan was sitting right next to me and just kind of worked out that I had to be in a group with Ryan. I feel like he was really trying during the challenge. Didn't do anything too obvious to sabotage.
Boy, day 2, I feel less confident today than I did yesterday. My main suspect yesterday was Courtney, and Preston was kind of creeping in there. Courtney was a little suspicious throughout the first task because she was kind of taking a long time on each of the numbered quizzes.
We got 4 out of 5, but I was 100% confident on Oreos. And Darnell, he didn't seem to want to even discuss it, basically, in my opinion. So that was sus to me, and that is the only one we missed.
We were in pairs. I was with Nancy. All of them were pretty easy, but I intentionally tried to sabotage the Oreo one because Nancy was adamant about it.
Darnell's room, they didn't do theirs, and he's kind of inching up as one of my top suspects, so that was on my list.
In the Guess Who task, I'm really trying to focus more on the data. I'm trying to focus on opportunities for people to sabotage. I just looked at the numbers and saw that 4 people, including my top 3 suspects right now, all failed to get money.
Today feels a little different. There's a nervous tension in the air. And the first challenge was Guess Who. I was paired with Clark, and I purposely paired myself with Clark because I've been on his trail. He absolutely killed this challenge. He demolished it. I don't know if the mole would do that. I really am so conflicted about Clark now. He's still in my top 3 suspects, but he's not number 1 anymore.
I sort of fucked things up because Mr. Trivial Pursuit here had to smash Disney trivia and get 38 questions right when I only needed to get 30. So I am probably very low on people's suspect list.
Welcome, best friends, to your next assignment. Before we begin, we need 6 people with good eyes and 4 people with good moves.
Eyes.
So, folks with good eyes are going to stay in here. Folks with good moves are going to go outside. The assignment will take place over 8 rounds. Momentarily, each of you will, one at a time, approach our table and select an index card. Each card has the name of a song written on the underside of it. For each round, 3 of the cards will have the same song, and 1 card will be different. You will not know which card is different. Upon selecting a card, we will play the song for you, which you will hear in your headphones and no other players will. You'll each have about 60 seconds to dance to the song through the window. To discern which of you danced to a different song in each of the 8 rounds compared to the other 3. At the end of each round, they will each cast a vote for which of you they believe was dancing to a different song than the other 3 of you. For every correct answer, $1 will be awarded to the pot. As there are 6 votes per round and 8 songs in 8 rounds total, this assignment is worth $48. Make sense? We will allow swaps to be made after round 4, so if people decide to switch to the other group after halfway through, you can.
I got this feeling on the summer day when you were gone. I crashed my car into the bridge. I watched, I let it burn. I threw your shit into a bag and pushed it down the stairs. I crashed my car into the bridge.
It's definitely a Justin Bieber song.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like I'm thinking it's Baby.
I don't care. I love it. I don't care. I got this feeling on the summer day when you were gone. I crashed my car into the bridge.
Uptown Girl.
Okay, wait, that is similar to.
But he's pointing at the sky.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Courtney had a
Heart?
a hand. Yeah.
Yeah.
3 of them are dancing to I Love It by Icona Pop, while the 4th is dancing to Really Don't Care by Demi Lovato. Brian was the one dancing to a different song, and 4 of the 6 players guessed this correctly. On to the next round.
It can be a random point.
Okay, yeah, it's totally
Steppin', and he's something with
head,
the
head.
Crazy.
Crazy.
Bye, bye, bye. And you,
Oh,
and
Courtney's
you,
a
and
pointer
you,
sister.
And you, yep. And you, and you, and you.
Okay, so the correct answer for round 2 is Brian.
Wow.
What? Yeah. Do we have any correct votes? No. Okay. Carrie, Chad, and Courtney were dancing to the bop of a song, All the Things She Said by Tattoo.
That's what I thought. Running through my head. That's all the talk. Okay.
And Brian was dancing to E.T. by Katy Perry.
Oh, okay.
No one guessed correctly. On to the next round.
You got that daydream look in your eye, and I got that red lip class.
He's too sexy for her shirt.
I'll let him know.
Out of style, we never go out of style. You got that long hair, slicked back, white t-shirt, and I got that good girl.
Every 3.5.
Getting very white.
Shit down, we come back every time, 'cause we never go out of style. We never go out of style.
All 3 are resorting to their default settings.
I'm confident that Courtney was on the same beat as Brian's song, though.
You think so?
Yes.
That daydream look in your eye, and I got that red lip classic thing that you like. And when we go crashing down, we come back every time, 'cause we never go out of.
Okay,
See,
so
somebody did that.
It's a body.
Was it Brian?
Brian.
Yeah.
but then also Courtney kept going down her side.
Yeah. Ready? Okay, so the correct answer was Courtney. Okay.
Darnell and I.
Okay.
We're at $9.
Okay.
So just 2 voted for it?
Yep.
So Brian, Carrie, and Chad were dancing to Perfect by One Direction.
Oh, I thought it was One Direction, yeah.
Yeah, and Courtney was dancing to Style by Taylor Swift.
Halfway through the challenge now, the players decide to swap out Brian for Clark. Additionally, 2 players will be dancing at a time moving forward.
A red wine. God, God. Oh, I've had
the same song.
You'd be
well,
surprised.
Yeah.
All right. That's also Carrie's move right there. The
oh.
Okay, Clark, you use it the whole stage.
Where all my keys, I left my phone. What's going on the floor? I love this record, baby, but I can't see straight anymore. Keep it cool. What's the name of this club? I can't remember, but it's alright, alright. Just dance, gonna be okay. Da-da-doo-doo, just dance. Da-da-doo-doo, da-da-doo-doo, just dance.
So the correct answer for round 5 was Carrie.
We had 2 correct answers.
Okay. Courtney, Clark, and Chad were dancing to Just Dance by Lady Gaga, and Carrie was dancing to Evacuate the Dance Floor by Cascada.
On to the next round.
I hear your heartbeat.
Okay.
And the hand start.
classic.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
There's
okay.
some love.
There's a little bit of.
And some drums.
The beat of the drums. Oh, what a shame that you came here with someone. So while you're here in my arms, let's make the most of the night like we're gonna die young.
You think these are the same?
There's a big build to the beat, and then the beat drops.
Yeah, I think these are more the same.
The night like we're gonna die young. We're gonna die young. We're gonna die young. Let's make the most of the night like we're gonna die young.
Is she dying again?
The correct answer for round 6 was Clark.
Oh.
2 correct answers.
Carrie, Courtney, and Chad were dancing to Die Young by Kesha, and Clark was dancing to Good Feeling by Florida.
Oh, Florida. Ooh, sultry turn.
Come over and start up a conversation with just me, and trust me, I'll give it a chance. Now take my hand, stop it, and the man on the jukebox, and then we start to dance. And now I'm singing like, girl, you know I want your
heart.
Drive down the car. Maybe he doesn't want any scrubs.
Yeah, you're on the passenger side.
your love was handmade for somebody like me. Come on now, follow my lead. I may be crazy, don't mind me. Say, boy, let's not talk too much. Grab on my waist.
Love your body.
Okay, so Courtney and Carrie.
Yeah, Courtney and Carrie are the same thing.
Oh, is it Clark who's on one of them?
Strength and love.
I'm in love with the shape of you. We push and pull like a magnet do. Although my heart is falling too. I'm in love with your body. Last night you were in my room. Now my bedsheets smell like you. Every day discovering something brand new. I'm in love with your body.
Oh, they're driving.
Yeah.
I think that's just a classic move for all 4 though. They just go to it.
They're both pointing to themselves. Now they're both crazy. I have no idea.
The correct answer was Clark.
Oh, well, we're good.
Okay.
3 correct answers.
Okay. The other folks, Courtney, Carrie, Chad, were dancing to Shape of You by Ed Sheeran.
Shape of You.
Yep. And Clark was dancing to No Scrubs.
Extra points for me.
On to the final round.
Oh, little baby rock in there. Running. Running with the devil.
Baby,
Full circle. Oh!
Already got
She's literally sleeping. He's like this.
That's how I sleep.
It's true. Oh, this way.
Damn, Clark.
Oh, the paper.
Final correct answer was Courtney. How many did we get?
3.
Chad, Carrie, and Clark were dancing to Larger Than Life by the Backstreet Boys.
Oh, you missed your opportunity.
And Courtney was dancing to You Drive Me Crazy by Britney Spears.
Welcome back, dancers.
I would like to thank you because I was like, oh, no scrubs.
Thank you.
Crash my car into a bridge. I don't care. I love it.
I apologize in advance for the atrocity that is my dance moves, but it was such a fun mission.
Dancing! Oh my god, dancing was so much fun. So we did a really fun challenge. I got to show my moves. I think I did really well on the challenge.
So the dancers were pretty, well, I won't say they were good, but they were what I would expect from them individually.
Don't know if you could really suss out anybody based on the songs because of the randomness of the dancers with them taking their cards. They didn't know which songs they were going to get anyway, so.
I don't feel like there was a mall outside dancing because that would have been really easy to sabotage, and we were having fun with it. I don't think any of us tried to sabotage.
Dancing people, I mean, they have more guts than I do.
A couple interesting things. Carrie was pretty bad throughout the challenge. It's hard to argue with that. Her moves were kind of always the same no matter what the song was.
I was a dancer. Carrie was a little suspicious, kind of doing very subtle movements, not being kind of as dramatic.
And then I'm also noticing Chad and Courtney, they're doing like the bare minimum of dances, so could be suspicious there.
The only thing that I noticed that I can't get out of my head is that Chad, one of his songs, like you could hear the tempo that he was stomping his feet to and clapping really loudly. And when he told us what his song was, that was not the tempo that he was clapping. And so that's kind of gnawing at me just a little bit.
I felt like Brian was very suspicious, like with his dancing, and then we all would, like, whenever he came in to do the guessing, we all kind of decided on the same person, or like 2 people, and then he would choose someone totally opposite of like the 2 people that we all kind of agreed on. So that was a little suspicious to me.
Thinking in that case, the mole would have the better option to take away money if they were in the eyes group.
For the second assignment, I think I should have tried to be on the inside team a little bit more because I'm convinced that the mole was on the eyes team.
It was in the eyes, the good at watching part, and we kind of had a strategy. We still split even though we were trying to make the money, which it worked in our favor. So
I would have liked to see what happened inside a little bit better because I feel like more people should have gotten that correct.
People in the eyes group, they were trying to get people to change their answers possibly. I noticed that from Darnell and Preston.
People inside were interesting. Ryan really led the group in usually good ways. I think some that were bad.
Who were getting everything wrong for the guessing, but it's a crapshoot. Like I straight up just guessed based on vibes. You know, I didn't even really deliberate. I just like whatever my first thought was. And I somehow got 4 right. I don't know. And so Nancy only got 1 right, and then Katie got 2 right. That's pretty suspicious.
Nancy somehow got almost every single one wrong, which statistically shouldn't happen.
I'm looking at Katie just because I've noticed that if you're tracking the money, she has not earned as much money as other people, which would be a red flag that might be a mole.
I always tend to play a kind of close game. I've been more social this time, but I just feel like this is your game to win or lose, and I don't really like to get too many outside feelers.
People are not talking to me as much as other players, for sure. I can visibly see there's a lot of side conversations and side groups that are not initiated with me, which is fine. You know, that's sometimes how it is. So I think I just need to rely on myself here.
Try not to focus on one person, like I keep doing, just because I have a suspicion. So I'm like, every little thing they do, I just think it's wrong. And I know I shouldn't do that. I need to look at everyone, and I'm trying really hard to do that, but that's hard for me.
This quiz was a tough one. I was lucky enough to win the penalty point, and I gave that to Brian. Brian has kind of been a little avoiding me, I've been trying to kind of do a little game talk with him, but I'm getting some like kind of pushback.
I was given a negative point on the test by Chad. If my name was pulled, I was going to give it to him as well, so it's hard to ignore that.
I got another journal pass. I got another prize, which at this point, I'm not even sure if I want these anymore. You know, I thought for sure Chad was going to give me a penalty point, but he did not. I guess he thinks Brian's a bigger threat, which he might be.
Nancy has the black exemption, and she has promised me that she's going to play it this round, so we will see if she does, because if she does, then my negative point will be gone. So I really hope, because we have this little alliance going.
So Brian, we were saying whichever one of us, if we get a penalty point played on us, we want to play our rainbow exemption, and he got a penalty point. And I very much contemplated playing mine as well, just to play a little bit of defense, because I don't want him here. Sorry, Brian, you're a very smart guy. It'd be good to have you.
I think very much that Preston's a decoy, and he's just trying to throw people off. But I'm kind of seeing through that. I have no idea. He could be the mole. I could be wrong.
I just really need to sit down and decide, is Carrie pretending to be the mole, or is Carrie the mole? Because it's one of the two.
But Katie seems a little bit off to me. I think she's searching for tickets way too obviously and way too hardcore, and that's why I'm suspicious on her now.
Time I went a little harder on Darnell. Usually around this time is when I like to go all in and see what happens.
Certainly everyone's on my radar, but due to the puzzle challenge, which I saw Darnell put a wrong puzzle piece, and he could have been trying to throw me and everyone else, but that he did it so subtly that I think he was trying to sabotage. He's too smart to put the wrong puzzle piece there. So I think me and certainly other people are starting to look at Darnell.
And Darnell's difficult because I played with him last season. We played almost the entire game together. He was the runner-up. And I like to think that I'm a good read of people, even if it's in a delusional way. And him, like, when I try to read him, it's a blank.
I don't really think I did anything different. I still tried to split as much as possible, but I think I put more towards Darnell.
My strategy going into this quiz was kind of a crapshoot because I've already narrowed out who I was starting to zone in on.
When I first played, I spread until I was like for sure. This time I picked the same mole every single time. And each round I've been a little bit more confident in who I chose. And so this time I did 100% the same person each time.
To continue my strategy of picking the most popular answers for a select few.
For the quiz this time, I continued splitting on 2 people. I don't know how well I split. I think it may have been lopsided in favor of one or the other.
Because I'm really worried that this first round is a double.
And I would like to continue to play.
So I think I'm doing a good job.
Hello, players, and welcome to your 4th execution ceremony, day 2. This was a pretty successful round of the game. By my count, the pot stands at, what, $132? I almost said $132,000.
If we had a budget.
But unfortunately, another player must leave us. That said, you've all just taken your 4th quiz, 10 questions about the identity and actions of the mole. That said, the player who scored the lowest on that quiz must, as always, leave the game. In a moment, we will begin entering your names into this computer. If the screen turns green after your name has been entered, you will remain in the game. If, however, the screen turns red after your name has been entered, then you will be the mole's 4th victim, and you must leave the game immediately. Before we begin, little announcement. The black exemption has in fact been played. So any and all advantages or disadvantages that have come into play this round have in fact been nullified.
First up, Ryan. Clark. Nancy. Courtney. Preston. Brian. Katie.
Oh my god. God, is that possible?
Darnell.
Sorry, and sorry, Darnell.
That's okay.
You are the mole's 4th victim.
I've really enjoyed in both of these games connecting with Darnell personally. Man, we just keep losing great people, so it sucks. Definitely gonna miss Darnell.
I am so shocked that Darnell's gone. I really saw him in like Final 5, Final 3. I've voted him as the mole, so we will see what happens.
Darnell, he's a very fun, quiet guy. He's very smart. I was very worried about him, so Very nice. Kind of happy he's gone because he's very smart. I also put him as the mole. This round season.
Count me in for number 3 for thinking Darnell was the mole this round. So, yay. Suspect gone, but I met Darnell playing Blue Ridge Survivor, and watching his brain work is amazing. Shout out Blue Ridge Survivor. And then I got to host him last season as he played Who is the Mole, and I got to see that beautiful brain again. And then when I saw him come through the door, I was terrified of that beautiful brain. He is a gorgeous person inside and out, and will be severely missed.
I'm gonna miss Darnell, my roomie. It was my pleasure to be your roommate. But no, Darnell was awesome. Had a lot of fun, and gonna miss him a lot.
I mean, I'm going to say what they all said is that I also thought he was the mole. Even said in my confessional that I shouldn't go all in on someone, but I really think, and I didn't go all in, but I still thought he was the mole.
Yeah, I share the sentiment. We thought Darnell was the mole. So it's very, very shocking. Very smart dude. And I did see a little bit of sabotage potentially, which was really smart on him. And honestly impressed with the subtlety that he did that. But we're gonna miss him a ton.
Add me to the pile. This is the second time I've played Mole with Darnell, and both times I was so suspicious of him. So I'm a little shocked and a lot sad because he's very, very smart, and it's always fun to play with smart people.
So how many points we got?
So that's a running tally. I think that's 6 or I'm gonna make it 8. He was one of my top suspects. He just played phenomenally. He had almost all of us fooled. But one thing that I'm gonna miss about Darnell, it was when we weren't in the game. And we were all just sitting on the couch, and we just got to have those nice one-on-one talks. Darnell has a really nice smile. Like, just getting to see him smile, his smile lights up the room. So that's, it's really unfortunate that he's gone. I think it is a help to all of us that he is gone, but just because we all thought he was the mole, but that just goes to show he was a terrific player and a huge threat.
Hello, I'm Darnell Gibson. I'm from season 3. I'm excited to be the best dressed of the cast, and I'm not the mole.
Another returning assignment known as It's Lit.
Are you doing this, Ryan?
Good answer.